Girl, I am so sorry for being so late. It has been so long since we last caught up, and we have so much to talk about. I can't even remember where we last started off, but girl, it's been a lot going on over here. But yeah. So I'll just let you know that I'm in the middle of a cleanse right now. I'm doing a fruit and veggie cleanse. So I'm eating this salad. Girl, you remember, I'm not the biggest fan of salad. Sometimes they make my stomach hurt, but we're trying it again. So I have this arugula salad with some cut up strawberries, cucumbers, and tomatoes. And then I made this cute little avocado dressing. Yeah. We're gonna see how I like this. Oh, and I also added some hemp seeds on top. And then for my cute little drinky drink, I got some beets, carrots, and aloe vera juice. And girl, so catch me up. What has been going on with you? How have things been going? Girl, the summertime has been moving so quickly, it feels like to me. It just feels like I can't get a grip on things. Like, I've been in this space of like trying to figure out what I want to do and who I want to be, you know, and I don't know if this is a thing, like a midlife crisis in your 30s. Like, is that a thing? I don't know, but I've been kind of re-navigating my life, restructuring and rebranding. I feel like I have to rebrand all the time. How many times do we have to start over, you know? So that's where I'm at. Because, you know, my birthday was last week. So I really was in my feelings a little bit because I'm like, I just turned 35. And when I was 30, I had this plan, right? Like, I set out and was like, here's my 5-year plan. I want to have this accomplished and I want to have that accomplished. And now I'm sitting here and I'm like, well, girl, what have you done? Where are the things that you said that you wanted to have done by now? And so I was kind of beating myself up about that, you know? But it is so good to have people like in your corner who know you and who can support you, right? I should have added a little bit more like olive oil to this. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna get some more olive oil for this. Actually gonna use some grapeseed oil just because I don't know. Is it you too? Like, I just like my salad to be coated. But anyway, yeah, so I'm just, you know, navigating that space of where did I think I was going to be? Is this a grief feeling? Like, am I grieving a life that I thought I was supposed to have by now? And I look back over the years and I'm just like, time went by so fast. Oh, what I was telling you before I got up was that I was talking to my cousin, and she just, I can't remember if it was randomly, but she started telling me like about myself, you know. She was like, in the last 5 years, what have you accomplished? And so I'm sitting here like, girl, I ain't accomplished nothing. And she started running me back my like track list of things that I've done. And I just had to sit back and think about everything that I have accomplished, like writing 2 books, getting married, moving into a new house, switching careers 2 different times. Like, even though those are not the things that I had on my to-do list for myself, well, maybe to an extent, I still accomplished them, you know? So in that sense, it's really good to have other people who you've been honest with about your goals and people that you have that can pour into you, you know? Because life isn't perfect, it's a journey. And I can honestly say that I've been dealing with a lot of like emotional stuff, like emotional growth, just learning how to move past things, letting go of like a lot of anger and resentment, and just kind of letting go of how I think things are supposed to look, you know? And that's really where I get caught up. Getting stuck in what I think and feel things are supposed to look like. And being sad that they just don't look that way, you know? Sweet tomatoes are so freaking good. Like, wow. These sweet tomatoes that I got from Trader Joe's, man, they do the trick. But yeah, girl, I've been so sad. Like, on my birthday, I usually like to spend a day to myself, kind of processing my last year and like really thinking about what I want my next year to look like, and my next 5 years too, because I just hit a 5-year milestone. And a lot of the things that I've done in the last 5 years, like I said, were not on my to-do list. But I don't know, have you ever felt like that? You know, like, just felt like, man, I feel like I'm supposed to be an X part of my life and I'm not there. I actually just wrote about this last night on my Substack. I was up until like midnight. I don't know why I get like the urge to get up and write in the middle of the night, but I just wrote what was on my heart, what was on my mind about how I'm feeling being in my mid-30s. And when I was 30, I just knew that I wanted a kid. I just knew that my business was going to be thriving. Excuse me. And I mean, the pitter-pattering of the feet I thought I was going to have has come from my dog. You know, things have changed so much in the world that we've really had to navigate what that experience is going to look for us. What that experience is going to look like for us, I shall say. I don't know, you know? And also another thing too, I will say, is that I spent the majority of my time over the last year, yeah, I will say grieving what I thought my life was supposed to look like, even like when I got married, or just like, you know, how I thought people were gonna show up for me over the last 5 years in different stages of my life. Having certain people show up for me and other people not show up for me, like the people I wanted to show up for me in certain ways didn't. And learning to be grateful for the people who stepped up and did, you know? It's just an interesting space to be in. And also, like, navigating friendships and learning how to communicate. Girl, my lips are so freaking dry. I've been licking my lips the last couple of days and I don't know what is going on. I've been using like shea butter to like help with it, but it's like it's cracking right here. So I don't know. It's just been. And then another thing, I know, I'm sorry, I just keep going off on these tangents, but girl, it's been a minute. So the other thing that I'm kind of navigating now, I hope, do I got some in my teeth? That always happens to me. When I'm eating salt like this, I always get something stuck in my teeth. I hate that for me. But another thing that I've been navigating too is like, I don't want to say my career or my purpose. Maybe it's my purpose. Of like, I know that I have a message to share. I know that I'm supposed to be sharing something like about my life and just sharing things, you know? Like, and so I thought You hear my dog? He is doing a lot. I think he's trying to get my attention. What you think? He's not barking, but he's scratching in his cage. Let me let him out. And go out. He was asleep. And now he's up. But like I was saying, kind of navigating my purpose here in the world, on earth, right? And so 5 years ago, I started like doing content and stuff, and I was doing like motivational content and, you know, talking about like wellness and all the things that I love and passionate about. And I felt like in order for me to like flourish and like become well known, I had to become a coach and share all of this like educational stuff. I felt like that's what I had to do. It wasn't necessarily what I wanted to do. You know, I didn't want to be forced into a box, because had it been up to me, I would have just been doing lifestyle, like sharing my lifestyle, my way of like living and eating plant-based, and my journey of losing weight and my journey. Not necessarily being a teacher, you know, but it felt like, I don't know, I'm kind of in limbo with it. Like, that's where I have to be. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, it seems like once you get to a certain age or a certain point in your life, that's kind of the box that you're in. And it's like, no, I like getting cute like the girls, you know, doing my hair, doing my makeup, get dressed, all the things. But I do have a story to share and an experience that I had that is necessary for me to share with people. But I've been navigating this fear of being vulnerable, because the internet is not, it can be a good place, but then it could be a place that's not so nice. I'm so sorry that we keep getting interrupted, girl. Oh my goodness. But like I was saying, the internet can be a play, like 1 minute they love you, the next minute they hate you, you know? But I feel like I've always known that this was my calling, in a sense. Like, since I was a kid, you know? I always knew that I was gonna be an actress, model, or something that was like a big deal. But as I got older, I kind of hid from it, not really wanting to be perceived, not really knowing how to handle that type of visibility or maybe responsibility. Fear of judgment, fear of what are people gonna say. If, you know, my husband, he told me years ago when I first started, he said, you're gonna have to develop some thick skin if you want to be online, because he doesn't necessarily like being on the internet. And I'm like, but I do. You know, like, I've always known that this was my life. But I'm still trying to learn how to navigate it. And sometimes that gets a little bit overwhelming, you know? Because when you know that something is for you, but you're kind of scared to go after it, but then you see the thing that you want happening for other people. I know people say, like, don't focus on others. That is hard to do sometimes, you know? Like, it's like, dang, why it ain't working for me? What I need to be doing different? And I just don't know, and that's frustrating. To put so much work into a thing for it not to bear fruit, you know? The other day, I was kind of questioning it. I was like, what is my fruit? What fruit have I bore? What fruit have I bared? I don't know the right word for it, but what fruit have I brought to life. And so I asked people and they were telling me what their thoughts were, and I was like, I could feel that. But I wanted to be able to see it myself. Feel it for myself. Because there are some big things that I really want, and I get overwhelmed because there's so many big things that I want, and I'm all by myself trying to get them. I mean, besides my husband, it's not really a big support system. When you are the first person trying to do a thing and you don't know anybody else around you who have done the thing, it's like, you know, hard to get your footing, scary, nervous, trying to build community around the idea. It's just, it can be scary. And I know you know how that feels, you know? People are always commenting me on like my joy and my confidence. And I'm like, y'all, I'm literally just trying to figure it out. Like, really just trying to figure it out. And another thing too, and I'll probably go deeper in this in a poem that I wrote. I'm gonna post like a vlog style poem about this, but I'm in this space now of learning to be okay being bored. Learning to be bored is a big deal. It really is. Like, learning to create a life that doesn't need or doesn't thrive off of chaos. And it's just like, okay, I can just sit and be still and be bored and not feel like running away or getting up and booking a flight somewhere. This last 60 days, I'll say this summer, I haven't traveled anywhere since May, and I'm going to be traveling heavy moving forward. Like every month for the rest of the year, I'm going to be traveling. So I didn't travel for my birthday, even though I really wanted to. Something told me like, just sit down. Like, girl, just sit down. And so I did. I had a birthday party and it was so cute. It was so much fun. But, excuse me. I'm in this season of learning how to rest and learning how to be bored and learning how to be intentional with my rest. Yeah. And you know, girl, I'm sure we're gonna have this conversation again in the future, cause these things just be racking my brain, you know? It's hard. I don't want to say hard. It's been challenging to just be in a moment and be present when I'm constantly thinking about my future, the goals that I have set for myself, the things that I want to do that I haven't done yet. And so I'm learning to reel it back in, bring myself back, and be like, you know what? You've come so far. You're not as far as you would like to be, but that's all right. And learning that sometimes it's just enough. Because even the people who get to where we think we want to be, sometimes they're not even happy. So like, what makes you happy now? What brings you joy in this moment today in your life that you can carry with you daily, so that when you do get to the point where you feel like you've made it, whenever that is, that you'll still carry that gratitude and that joy, so that you're not feeling unfulfilled and empty. So that's what it is. Learning to cultivate that sense of fulfillment and enjoyment. And for me, my sense of fulfillment and enjoyment is just being around the people I love. Oh my goodness. I had such a good time on my birthday. I so wish you could have been there. it was a good time. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. Navigating life. And I feel like most of us are, right? How about yesterday? I was eating this Asian stir fry with some black rice, and I had a snap pea, and I almost choked on it. That ain't funny, but I was down here by myself gagging. And Jess was upstairs like, "You okay?" I'm like, "No." I'm choking. And that's another thing too. I don't necessarily always post the bad things. I mean, who does? When you post bad stuff, people think that you're seeking attention. So you just post the good stuff, but people don't even know what I've been going through the first half of this year. I was struggling to show up for myself. And I was going above and beyond to show up for other people. And when I realized that that wasn't appreciated, it made me start really evaluating how I move and operate. It really made me realize that, like, you really gotta have boundaries around your time, around yourself. And sometimes you're just gonna have to disappoint people. Because people do not have a, excuse me, people don't have a problem disappointing you. And that is a big thing that I'm learning. Is how to deal with disappointment. This season of my life is teaching me how to deal with disappointment and how to disappoint people. It's hard. Not hard. I gotta remove that word from my vocabulary. Challenging. But, you know, that's how it be. So, exciting news. I got a dog. I said that. I told you that. And we are updating our house. So we got new furniture for our bed. Finally, it's been what, 5 years? Yeah, it's been some time since we updated our room and stuff. And we're updating the porch and we're updating the living room. So I really want to show you that once it, you know, happens. That'll be cute. Cute little moment. And I'm kind of not ashamed to say this, but I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm looking forward to the fall. I'm looking forward to the fall. And I'm taking a few trips this year. And I don't want to speak on it just yet. Because that's another thing I've been noticing. Is that lately, when I've been excited about stuff and I say something about it, it falls through. Like, I guess I can talk about it now, but I got casted for a short film. And I missed 2 rehearsals, and then somebody else missed some rehearsals. That's some of my teeth, y'all. I knew I had some of my teeth. But, yeah, so they shut the filming down. I was sad about that. Because I was really looking forward to filming. But, you know, it is what it is. Spending time making my house cozy and getting ready for the fall and the winter. We're gonna have some family visiting. That salad was good, by the way. I don't know what's going on with my throat. That salad was so good. I hope you enjoyed your food. This is a cute little moment. I'm glad that we got the moment to catch up. Yeah, because it's been a little bit. And I feel like I missed so much. But we'll be doing this more often. I really like, you know, getting together and chit-chatting with you. But I think I'm about to go ahead and get the house together, walk the dog. It was so good catching up with you. And I hope that we can meet again next week, same time. Let me know, okay? And I'll talk to you later.